Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, July 23rd, 2022. I am Timothy Jaikran. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines, President announces slash interest rates, free construction materials for home builders. Guyana is the place to be, exhibitors say, as new services dominate Building Expo. Government focus on transforming lives of Guyanese alongside economy. CH&PA, Republic Bank sign MOU for construction of 500 homes at LEONORA, and Health Minister says younger population at risk of monkeypox as World Health Organization declares virus a global health emergency. Now for the news in detail. President Dr. Irfan Ali on Friday announced sweeping new benefits for home builders with lowered interest rates on banking loans and free construction materials in the pipeline at the opening of the International Building Expo 2022. The three-day event, which has returned after a hiatus, is being held under the theme A New Frontier for Building a One Guyana and is dubbed the blueprint of the future infrastructure. Rupasina Ryan has the details in our lead story tonight.
The International Building Expo is a hub where investors, homeowners, and businesses can engage on creative and smart housing. In his address at the opening on Friday, President Dr. Irfan Ali divulged that the expo defines imagination, innovation, and positions Guyana in a visual way to showcase Vision 2030. As such, in consultation, commercial banks have agreed that there will be no percentage requirement for loans under $6 million once persons qualify under the joint window system. Banks have also agreed that the interest rates will be reduced for housing loans under $9 million to now 3.8%. The head of state also announced support in the form of construction materials for Guyanese.
For affordable homes $6 million and lower. The government of Guyana, with effect from the last day of Building Expo, will support home ownership by giving to every builder in this category the steel and one sling of cement that is required to build your foundation.
Meanwhile, Housing Minister Colin Crowe stated that the sector has been re-energized at the policy level for processing and delivery of housing development. Upgrading of housing areas has been moving rapidly, to which 12,000 house lots have been distributed to date, with over 3,000 titles and transports. The Housing and Water Ministry will be allocating over 5,000 house lots under the Dream Realized initiative during this weekend's expo.
$20 billion will be spent on the expansion of major highways, such as the extension of the Orby-Barker Road to Enmore, the extension of the Eccles Landfill and Schooner to Crane, and a further $30 billion will be expended on the construction of 1,500 housing units in LBI, 1,000 in LEONORA, 1,000 in Wales, and even in Silica City.
Minister within the Housing Ministry Suzanne Rodriguez remarked during her discourse that as one of the fastest growing economies, government has been laser focused in fulfilling all of its manifesto promises. The ministry has dared to be innovative with 3D printing technology to construct a house.
Today, we are able to return the beloved Building Expo, introduced to Guyana by President Ali when he was Housing Minister, much to the excitement and pleasure of our citizens. And at this expo, we dared to be ambitious. So today, we will debut one of the newest technology and innovation in construction, which you will witness when you see a house being built using 3D printing technology. It is the first time this technology will be used in South America and the Caribbean, and once again, Guyana will be the pioneer.
Building Expo 2022 has attracted some 350 participants, of which at least 25 are foreign companies. For this weekend, the gates are opened to the public from 10 hours to 23 hours. Rupasina Ryan, The Evening News.
Diving into the opportunities with Guyana on the cusp of extreme economic growth, newer and foreign companies have entered the market to service the public domain and upcoming industries. Rupasina Rang spoke with some of these companies today and filed this report.
At the International Building Expo at the Guyana National Stadium, exhibitors are introducing new products and innovative services to the Guyanese market. The Evening News visited the exhibition site on Saturday, with the excitement still buzzing to showcase technological and smart housing solutions. In the mix are foreign companies who have expressed their support for this initiative.
So I've brought Seal Spray Solutions to Guyana. It is an insulation company primarily. We also do waterproofing. So they asked us to come to insulate the Amazonia Mall. We'll do that next month. So what we're introducing is insulation to Guyana. You know, everybody here lives under concrete or a metal roof, and it's really an oven at midday. And when I ask everybody why they do it, it's kind of like your parents do it, your neighbors do it, but it's really not something that we should really be doing.
We are agents for a number of different finishing products. We represent Trex decks. We also represent Candine flooring. These are world brands that are world renowned with very high quality products. One is flooring for indoors and one is flooring for outdoors. We also represent a number of other brands as well. We do rubber floors, carpeting, self-levels, self-leveling compounds and stuff. And we're based in Trinidad though, but we're now trying, this is my first time in Guyana, so we're trying to tap into the Guyana market now, and apparently this is the best place to do it.
We're offering one of our packages on modular timber homes. This is one of our showcase models at this point in time. It's a 600 square feet model, and it's built with timber locally sourced timber from Guyana, as well as cement board. Our villa homes has been on the market for a while now, but we've realized that there is a different shift in preferences of homes. So persons now have been asking for smaller homes, starter homes, that they can expand in the future. So our home is actually expandable.
We provide an automated motor service, automated motor box for your gate. It is very, very state-of-the-art and very simple. Even a baby can operate it. It comes with a safety feature that it changes its code every 5 seconds, and it is fully automated. And it has billions of codes, so no one will be able to scan your code to get in, because it's constantly changing. And it sends a code to your remote, and it programs it every single time it changes, instantly at the speed of light. And we can have an app on your phone, which you added for the added service. You can have the app on your phone where you can just punch in a button and your gate will open from wherever you are in Guyana.
We are from Dominican Republic. We are based in Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Panama, and Mexico, Costa Rica. We also work in all the CARICOM islands, which is our, right now we're doing some project in Grand Cayman. And what we do, we are a group of construction companies. So we do like a whole package, from the ground to the finishing part. This is our third time in Guyana. But like I mentioned before, we're working in some other projects here. It's a country that is just pumping up. So now is the moment to be here, based also on the opportunity that the government is give us to give something to the community. At the end, this is for the locals.
Commercial banks, private sector companies, and state agencies are also represented at the expo. Rupasina Rang, The Evening News.
We now tell you that the Central Housing and Planning Authority of the Ministry of Housing and Water today signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Republic Bank Limited for the construction of some 500 homes at LEONORA, West Coast, Demerara. Amar Prasad joins us with the details.
The MOU sets out clearly the roles and responsibilities of each party as it relates to the provision of financing for the construction of affordable homes at LEONORA, West Coast, Demerara, the allocation of lands, and the processing of land titles. Construction of some 500 houses to the tune of $5.5 million will be done by contractors pre-qualified by the parties. Republic Bank's General Manager Credit, Venus Frit, said signing is reflective of the bank's commitment towards the development of not just Guyana, but its communities.
It is meant to strengthen our existing relationships, all of which we cherish and appreciate, and to be a demonstration of our willingness to embrace new relationships all across the cooperative Republic of Guyana. Overall, today's signing signals our continued ambition towards making a meaningful contribution in the lives of the many individuals who are seeking that dream of homeownership.
Meanwhile, Housing and Water Minister Colin Crowell pointed out that these affordable homes are in high demand in the CH&PA database.
This is part of what it means about partnership, what it means about development, and what it also means to the life of our citizens of making it much more affordable for them so that we can all achieve this one Guyana dream, which includes owning your own home. And so we are happy to be part of this collaboration so that we can fulfill that mandate in fast-tracking and ensuring that as much persons as possible who can afford it are able to have their own home outside of being able to construct by themselves.
According to Crowell, construction on the first 100 homes will commence as soon as next week.
This collaboration starts immediately. In fact, in the new week, one can see the commencement of the tying of this, what you call the steel, for the foundation work to commence the construction of these 500 houses. The first 100, that is, will commence next week, and so we are happy about this. All across this country, all across the regions, we have a number of persons who have been showing interest more in terms of being able to be part of our collaboration to own their own home in a fast-track way, that is.
The Housing Minister further disclosed, government will continue to fast-track home ownership for Guyanese through such collaborations with more lending institutions. For the Evening News, Amar Prasad.
With the launching of the Girls Only Self-Defense Program at State House on Saturday, President Dr. Irfan Ali and members of his cabinet were on hand to remind those gathered that the PPPC government is focused on both the economic and personal development of citizens. Here is Gerald Bryan with the details.
On Saturday, President Dr. Irfan Ali launched the Girls Only Self-Defense Program at State House. The program will run for 1 month and is open to girls between the ages of 11 and 18 years. Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez, reminded that the government is not only interested in economic development. Rather, she noted that the government, and particularly President Ali, places great emphasis on personal development as well.
As he beautifies Guyana, himself and the First Lady, with her beautification project, as they transform the landscape of Guyana, we want to ensure that there is a conscious leadership attached to that. And so you would have heard, and you continue to hear, President Ali and the First Lady advocating for young girls, for young women, for animal rights, for people with disability. You would have seen all of these added initiatives, that are you wouldn't hear of before, or hear from a president before. And now you have a president that, yes, is looking after the economy of the country, but at the same time ensuring that every single man, woman, child is catered for.
According to Rodriguez, the government wants to transform lives and bring Guyanese of all ethnicities together.
As we transform the landscape of Guyana, we want to transform lives. We want to bring Guyanese together. We want to bring people of all ethnicity, of all class. Wherever you live, we want to bring everybody together under a One Guyana initiative. And that is why you see and you have access to all of us. You have access to the president, you have access to cabinet members, and we want to ensure that the entire government is open to you, is accessible to you.
The program has so far attracted the participation of more than 200 girls. 1-hour classes will be held 3 times a week. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
Coming up on the other side of the break, Guyanese SABGA recipient Shyam Nokta to work with youths on environmental issues. Please stay tuned.
With unlimited games to choose from, you can be a winner with Superbet. Choose from our virtual sports, live betting, sports betting, live roulette, and much, much more. Place your bets at www.superbet.gy or visit any one of our agents. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 18 and over. Play responsibly.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store, located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rheinveld.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Guyanese businessman and environmentalist Chaim Nocta, recipient of the prestigious Anthony N. Sakwa Award, has established a foundation to work with young Guyanese on issues relating to the environment. More in this report.
Chaim Nocta, a Guyanese environmental protection consultant, is one of 5 regional recipients this year, copying the Anthony N. Sapka Caribbean Award for Excellence in the category of entrepreneurship. He was recognized as a leading player in the environment and natural resources sectors. At the award ceremony on Friday in Georgetown, Nocta pointed out that there is a growing recognition that the private sector has an important role to play in the global response to the climate crisis. He noted that his company, Environmental Management Consultants, EMC, has already been playing its part and is now expanding this to target young people.
This award provides me with a new platform to promote what EMC has been doing, but also to raise awareness on the environment and on the issues surrounding the environment, especially among young people. They are the next generation of environmental leaders, conservationists, and entrepreneurs. In this regard, working with several prominent Guyanese environmental leaders, I've set up the EMC Foundation that will be working especially with young people and those who are passionate about the environment on issues related to environmental awareness and education.
Meanwhile, at Friday's ceremony, President Dr. Irfaan presented the Anthony N. Sapka Caribbean Awards for Excellence to both Nocta and Surinam's recipient, Anushka Sonai. The head of state lauded Nocta for his selflessness, describing him as a contributor to society. President Ali also outlined that recognition such as the Anthony N. Sapka Award drives people in the region to excellence.
Excellence has some values and qualities that are distinctly different from performing excellently. And that is why these awards, in my humble opinion, are different. The awards do not seek to find persons or individuals who are performing excellently, but it looks beyond that to see how that excellence is translated into societal upliftment, the upliftment of country, the upliftment of the region as a whole. What is important is that there is something in the region that can drive people to excellence. There is something in the region that regional citizens can work towards. There is something in the region that recognizes and celebrates the accomplishment of excellence. And that is the value that these awards bring.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manakchand.
The World Health Organization has declared the monkeypox outbreak a global health emergency following a worldwide upsurge in cases. According to international reports, more than 16,000 cases have now been reported among 75 countries, with 5 deaths having been recorded so far from the outbreak. Monkeypox is a viral infection typically found in animals in Central and Western Africa, although it can cause outbreaks in humans. While countries in Europe have been hit the hardest, cases have also been reported in the US, Canada, Australia, Nigeria, Israel, Brazil, and Mexico, among other places. Meanwhile, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony has warned that the younger population is more at risk of contracting the monkeypox disease as they would not have gotten the smallpox vaccination. In this report, you will hear that while the virus has not been detected in Guyana, government is taking a proactive approach in not only building capacity to detect the virus here, but also to acquire vaccines. Shane Marks tells us more.
During his COVID-19 update on Friday, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony warned that persons 40 years and younger are more at risk of contracting monkeypox, a virus that is part of the same family of viruses as smallpox. This, he noted, is because those persons would not have gotten the smallpox vaccination.
When we were doing the vaccination for smallpox, that gave you protective effect. If you were vaccinated for smallpox, it protected you against monkeypox because they're of the same family. But in most of the world, smallpox has now been eliminated. So the last set of vaccines that would probably have been given was around the 1980s. So persons now who are younger than 40, they don't have any immunity against smallpox and against, obviously, monkeypox because they have not benefited from that type of vaccination. So with the circulation of this, with cases going around, obviously this younger population can be vulnerable, and that's what we're seeing globally.
Dr. Anthony added, however, that his ministry is working on a plan to combat the possibility of an active monkeypox case here in Guyana with the formation of a monkeypox committee.
We have, the committee that is, planned a series of workshops to meet with persons who we consider to be at risk. And that series of workshops would commence from next week, where we'll be meeting with various at-risk groups. So the first one is scheduled for Monday, and then we'll go out to the regions and we'll meet with other stakeholders to do this.
Additionally, the ministry is currently training persons on how to conduct monkeypox testing. Moreover, Dr. Anthony revealed that his ministry is working through the Pan-American Health Organization PAHO to acquire smallpox vaccine.
We are working to acquire the vaccine that is being produced, I think, in Denmark. But we are working through PAHO. PAHO has been talking to the manufacturer, and they're trying to secure doses for the Americas. And out of the allocation that they're trying to secure, we would benefit from some of that allocation. The vaccines would only be used for those persons who have been exposed to a person with confirmed monkeypox. So we would not be using it as a prophylaxis to give people to prevent them from, we'll only use it if we know that there's a confirmed case, and the people around that person would then need to be probably immunized.
Shane Marks, The Evening News.
We will now take a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic on Sunday, July 24, 2022 at 1 hour for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 14 hours on Sunday, July 24, 2022, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
President Ali launches Girls Only Self-Defense Program. This and more coming up in the Sportscast, sponsored by Macor.
American-made Generac pressure washers from Sylvie's Variety Store gives you the power you need to blast away dirt and grime, providing the perfect cleaning power for any tough jobs around the house or business, from 2,500 to 4,000 psi. So get the Generac pressure washer today with all the parts and accessories available from Sylvie's Variety Store.
Get the right seal right now from Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., your immediate SKF sealing solutions. The SKF Seal Jet Machine is capable of building seals from 5mm to 600mm in diameter in under 5 minutes. With technical support readily available, you can get a customized seal to suit virtually any industrial application, like buffer, rod, wiper, and piston seals. SKF Seal Jet Machine, now at Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc.